All right, what's going on, everybody? SeanPierceJohnson here at the very end of Winter NAMM 2019, sitting here with the man himself, Robert Keeley. Robert, it is so awesome to see you again.
So good to see you, man. Hold on. I had some nuts in my mouth. This is our new triangle pizza muff.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. True bypass.
Yeah. No gunk in the tone when it's not engaged.
None. True bypass jacks on top.
Wow, top mounted jacks, all the rage, man. Yep. You guys have always been side mount jacks. Why the switch to top mount all of a sudden?
Proper ventilation.
Oh.
The heat always comes out the end.
Ah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So. Anyways.
That's gonna sound pretty good. I mean, you know.
New old stock crust.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So that's not the only thing, though. You guys got quite a bit of stuff on here. The triangle knob pizza box is just one portion of this.
Sierra Mist. This is our latest effect. It's a transparent type watery drive-in reverb.
I like that.
Yeah.
So would you say that it's loosely based on the Klon, or is it based on Sprite?
Dude, look at the color. It's a tube screamer.
Oh. I should have known. I should have known. But you've made the tube screamer transparent now.
Right. Exactly.
Fantastic.
So we got our. This is our big gain pedal for the year. I mean, it's really salty.
Yeah. Very nice.
So it's called Nuts in a Bag.
Nuts in a Bag.
And it speaks for itself. It's got large grain distortion.
Yeah.
Big knobby chunky stuff.
You know how like Steve Vai describes his like big hairy like Bob Marley joint kind of sound?
That's right.
That's what we got here. We got salty, grainy, nutty, roasted even.
And salty.
That means that it's hotter. So it could be, is it two modes? Like, can I foot switch between the two sounds?
Right. You can get salty. You get real salty.
Fantastic. I love my gain very salty, but there's one more. There's one more.
I don't know about this one. This is still in the prototype stage.
This is something that Aaron cooked up.
This is our new gluten-free line.
Ah.
Organic. You know, that stuff. Acai berry. Did you say it acai?
Acai.
See, that's how not hipster I am. I just gave it all away.
You just have hipsters working for you.
Totally dadded out there.
Well, when can we expect these things to be ready? Because they look like they're in the very early prototype stages.
On 420, April 20th.
Fantastic. I think on that day I will imbibe in the vices of the day, nice. Especially if those are going to be in my hands and on the board. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with that.
Would you like to see my new pedals?
Let's actually talk about the new pedals.
So this is the last NAMM interview of the season, right?
Fantastic.
You are the last.
I'm honored.
19.
I'm honored.
So, hold on. Let's talk about the DDR.
The Dance Dance Revolution pedal.
So, in all seriousness, this DDR is the drive delay reverb pedal. I am hoping to sell it to every person on the planet because it is the one pedal solution that we've all been looking for. I need a little bit of drive and I need a little bit of wet. Yeah. So on the drive channel, I've got a clean and chimey type breakup sound. You flip the switch and I tube screamer it. I make it dark, warm, mid-range, and a lot more sustain.
Yeah.
So it starts off kind of a chimey Vox thing, and then becomes a real saturated tweed dark thing.
Very cool.
On the wet side, you can get delay or reverb, and with those, you have a vintage and modern one. So for the spring reverb, it's modern, and for the plate reverb, I got that backwards. Yeah. For the spring, it's the vintage sound.
Gotcha.
The plate is the modern one.
Fantastic.
And the delays do a digital delay versus analog bucket brigade delay.
You know what's fantastic about this is every time someone asks me what are the pedals that you could get away with, I'm always like, give me a good overdrive boost and like a reverb and delay combo. Yeah. So put a tuner before it, yep. Maybe put like one other thing after it for more ambient kind of stuff. But with that as like the foundational reverb, sure. This could be a lot of fun.
I mean, I build pedals, and there's so many times I want to just go out with one thing.
Exactly.
And so this does it. Speaking of adding stuff to it, this features our effects loop stuff. So if you want to insert something, or if you want to break it apart like you do with our DNM, you can do that. You can take this TRS out and split it apart. Also, we got away with the internal dip switches. So on the side now, you can do that on the fly now. And you can change true bypasser trails on the fly as well.
Fantastic.
So next up is the ECCOS.
Ah, we saw this a little bit last year.
Yeah, last year we had an air box. Nothing worked. This year, it all works. So it's the accumulation of like 2.5 years.
Fantastic.
What this started out as the this idea I had, because I was so tired of my other pedal, the Caverns. The pitch modulated delays, I couldn't stand them anymore. You know, the chorusy type thing?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, I want something that changes in the background, but I don't want it to be pitch.
Right.
And I don't want it to just get darker all the time. You know, I don't want to hear that all the time. So I thought, what happens if, what moves but doesn't really have a pitch with it, and it's flanging? So I wanted to put, here, see what it sounded like when I put flanging on the trails only, not the original notes. And it worked like a dream.
Fantastic.
So this is my neo-vintage tape flange pedal. It's also on our brand new DSP platform, which is 24-bit, the same stuff that the Strymon uses in terms of that sound quality. Our codec is the same quality too. So we're really pleased with it.
There you go, people.
It's got all kinds of presets and features where you can assign this. You can go through the different modes of that tape flange I developed. The tap tempo and the presets are available on the back end. If you look back there, you can plug in cables there, and you can have any switcher access the presets or the tap tempo.
Very cool.
It's just totally awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Next up is the mighty Fuzz Bender.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it's probably been the show's most popular pedal. It started off as a 3-transistor fuzz, with the end of it being a germanium to keep it all nice and smooth and textured perfectly. But then I started saying, that's never going to be enough in the fuzz world, because we've already kind of done that so many times. So what if I took the EQ section of a Boss Metal Zone, and I said, that would give it ridiculous range. Old school fuzz with all this radical EQ.
Yeah.
Yeah? And it works like a dream.
Fantastic.
You know, here's what's something really cool. When we were planning on the noise reduction part of this, you have to do something called pre-emphasis, de-emphasis, and you have to massage things so that the noise generated in the DSP processor doesn't come back to bite you later on.
Right.
I took those same concepts, except moved it where the fuzz, the germanium fuzz thing, was the process instead of the digital stuff. And then I started pre-emphasis and de-emphasizing all the other stuff, and that's how I fit the tone control in. So the fuzz sounds absolutely horrible by itself, but all the stuff around it massages it into something brand new. So these controls are super, super dynamic, man. They just have a huge range. The gate control that Creighton developed is out of this world, because it's actually a double pot in there. So we're controlling like a mid-range volume. At the same time, it's getting splattery and fuzzed out. So it's really cool. It gets really biting. It's really an amazing piece.
You're kind of going after my heart these days with that one.
Telling you what, it really stood out at the show. I know it's a good thing when artists come back and they're like, hey man, can I listen to that thing really quiet to see if I'm really digging it as much? And they're like, oh man, even quiet, it sounds righteous, man. That thing's kind of like it's gonna break any second now, and that's what I love.
Oh yeah. And then you got the Synth 1.
Absolutely. The Synth 1 was kind of our masterpiece in terms of what we did with the spin chip. It's got, not only does it have a Boss slow gear in it, it starts off, I think we're like the only people doing a slow gear. Maybe Mike Matthews is down there. I'm sure he is.
And if he's not, one of these days he will.
I think he did. I'm joking. He did it this year too.
Oh, geez.
He also had a pedal called a Synth.
Yes, I did see that.
Can you believe it? How funny is that, right?
It's hilarious.
So not only does it have the slow gear, but as you crank it up, you bring in this synth engine. So what started with Larry Lalonde of Primus coming by my office, and I was like, hey, what pedal can we build and design for you in a day? He's like, I don't know, something that goes, wow. It started like that, and then now it has become
the Synth 1.
The Synth 1.
Just remember, that was wow and not bow-wow.
Bow-wow. No bow-wows.
No bow-wow. It was just wow.
So this is like the Miles Davis of electric trumpets. I mean, this thing has trumpet sounds. It has like cars farting out sounds. It's got lightsaber sounds. It's got everything, but an actual synthesizer sound. This model's no synthesizer known to this earth. This is our own creation, and that's kind of what makes it cool, because it can't really do a good job, but we worked on it so hard that it's awesome now.
I think I'll wrap that one up by saying free your mind and your ass will follow.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, look up the Funkadelic record.
Yep.
Robert, thank you so much, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Always great to see you. Always great to see the pedals. And if you guys enjoyed this little funny take and then a quick look at what's new, please show some support by clicking the subscribe button, turning on those notifications. We're going to have some fun this year. Until next time, for Robert and the Keeley crew, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all out there great tone and happy stomping. Cheers, everybody.